Hey subscribers, part 3 of the 1964 Chevy K20 assembly. So I dropped the engine and transmission in, hooked up the intermediate shaft, just waiting for my front drive shaft to dry so I can put it on as brand new. So I wanted to paint it. Next I gotta just drop the cab on. The engine mounts lined right up. So careful measuring, and that worked out perfect. I also put the clutch linkage on, and that lined up as well. Pays to make some good measurements, write it down, check it 2, 3, 4 times just to be safe. Really excited to get this truck together and see what it looks like. The cab is now sitting on the frame. Looks pretty good. Still gotta bolt it down, it's just sitting there. I had to cut out the transmission tunnel hump because this cab must have been for a 3-speed truck and this is a 4-speed truck, so the floors are different, which I gotta replace the floor anyways. So you can see there's some patches, some rot holes, so I'll just get the correct floor for a 4-speed truck and put it in when the time comes. I also have to swap out this dash because it's not the correct one. So when I pull the windshield glass out, there's a bunch of spot welds along here. I'll take those out and the dash will come right out. There's some bolts inside. Take those out, take the spot welds out, the dash will come right out. I'll take the one out of the other cab and put it in. Got the engine all wired up and hooked up a temporary fuel tank. So let's crank it over and see if it'll go. Got an issue. The carb is puking out through the vent right here into the carb, so I gotta see what's going on there. Did some minor tweaking and sanding of the points again. Now she runs pretty good. I got most of the nose put on, radiator in, hooked up, filled with water. Deleted the heater core connections, don't really need it for the moment. So now I can run it a little longer than a minute or 2 at a time. At least it holds water. I'm going to continue on with putting the fenders on, bring the other cab down. Strip the interior parts out so I can put the interior together, steering column, clutch pedal, and the doors, and maybe this thing will drive shortly. I put the nose on, the doors, started stripping down this cab. As you can see, this one is pretty roached. The passenger door won't even close because it's starting to cave in upon itself. But we don't have that problem with this one. These doors actually work pretty well on this cab, so I'm going to keep puttering away at it. Hopefully today it'll drive and move under its own power. That would be great. Oh, I also picked up some new wheels and tires because these things require tubes and they kept leaking and driving me nuts, so put some nice tubeless on so I don't have to deal with that anymore. Well, the truck's mostly together. Looks like a truck anyways. It's rough, but whatever. It exists, so now I can find parts and make it better over the years before I restore it. Do a little cold start here for you guys. I have not touched it today, so I'll see how it starts. Nice ghetto exhaust on it. Bed is just attached with a couple 2x4s just to hold it on there. So I pulled it in the shop and I got a seat in it. Now it has no brakes, mind you, so I'm just going to take it slow. It's in low range, so I won't go too fast. We're in third gear. Also, the hood's not latched down in any fashion, so I don't want that flying up. Well, all in all, I'm pretty happy with this thing for just being a pile of parts that got pieced together in the course of 2 weeks. But in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can get at least one set of brakes working, either the fronts or the backs. Just a single reservoir master cylinder, so it'll be fine for just one set of brakes, and try to get an electric fan in this thing to keep it cool. Until then, I'll catch you later.